How old are you? I'm 21 years old. My brother is not quite 25. John is not 45 yet, is he? Mr. Smith is still in his 50s. I'm 2 years older than you are. My brother is 2 years younger than I am. How many are there in your family? There are 7 of us altogether. My sister is the oldest. I'm the youngest. Guess how old I am. I'd say you're about 23. I was 30 on my last birthday. I'm going to be 61 next Tuesday. What time do you get up every day? I usually wake up early. I get up at 6 o'clock every day. My brother gets up later than I do. After I get dressed, I have breakfast. Usually, I have a big breakfast. I have juice, cereal, toast, and coffee for breakfast. I leave the house at 8 a.m. each day. I get to work at 9 o'clock every morning. I work hard all morning. I go out for lunch at about 12:30. I finish working at 5:45 p.m. I eat dinner at about 7 o'clock. Before I eat dinner, I read the newspaper for a while. I usually go to bed at about midnight. What time did you get up yesterday morning? I woke up early and got up at 6 o'clock. My brother got up earlier than I did. Did you get dressed right away? Yes, I got dressed and had breakfast. What kind of breakfast did you have? What time did you get to work yesterday morning? I left the house at 8 o'clock and got to work at 8:30. Did you work all day? Yes, I worked from early morning until late at night. At noon, I had lunch with a friend of mine. I finished working at 5:30 and went home. After dinner, I read a magazine and made some telephone calls. I went to bed at 11:30 p.m. I went to sleep immediately and slept soundly all night. Where did you go yesterday? I went to see a friend of mine. Did you see Mr. Jones yesterday? I didn't see Mr. Jones, but I saw John Smith. What did you talk about? We talked about a lot of things. I asked him a lot of questions. What did you ask him? I asked him if he spoke English. He said he spoke a little English. Then I asked him if he knew anybody in New York. He said he knew a lot of people there. Finally, I asked him how old he was. He said he would rather not tell his age. He answered almost all of my questions. What time did you used to get up last year? I used to wake up early and get up at 7 o'clock. I used to set my alarm clock for exactly 7 a.m. I never used to oversleep. I used to get dressed quickly every morning. I always used to leave for work at 8:30. I used to start working at 9 o'clock every day. I used to have lunch every day at the same time. I used to work until nearly 6 o'clock each day. I used to have dinner at 7:30 and go to bed early. My brother and I used to go a lot of places together. We used to go to the movies about once a week. We used to have a lot of interesting friends. My brother used to speak French to me all the time. I always used to ask him a lot of questions. Where do you live? I live on Washington Street. What's your address? I live at 1203 Washington Street. I'm Mr. Smith's next-door neighbor. You live here in the city, don't you? I'm from out of town. How long have you lived here? I've lived here for 5 years. He's known me for over 10 years. I've spoken English all my life. I've already read that book. Has he studied French very long? Have you had breakfast already? Yes, I had breakfast 2 hours ago. Where were you yesterday afternoon? I was at home all afternoon. I was writing some letters to friends of mine. What were you doing at 4 o'clock yesterday afternoon? I was listening to the radio. What were you doing when I called you on the telephone? When you called me, I was eating dinner. When I saw Mr. Jones, he was talking with John Smith. While you were writing letters, I was reading a book. While we were having breakfast, John was talking on the telephone. Can you guess what I was doing this morning? I can't remember what John was doing yesterday afternoon. I've forgotten what he said his address was. I've forgotten what time he said he had dinner last night. They called us just as we were having dinner. What color is your book? My book has a dark blue cover. How much does that typewriter weigh? It's not too heavy, but I don't know the exact weight. This round table weighs about 45 pounds. What size suitcase do you own? One of my suitcases is small, and the other one is medium size. I like the shape of that table. How long is Jones Boulevard? That street is only 2 miles long. Will you please measure this window to see how wide it is? This window is just as wide as that one. The walls are 3 inches thick. This material feels soft. This pencil is longer than that one. Would you please tell Mr. Cooper that I'm here? Take these books home with you tonight. Please bring me those magazines. Would you help me lift this heavy box? Please ask John to turn on the lights. Put your books down on the table. Get me a hammer from the kitchen, will you? Hang up my coat in the closet, will you please? Please don't bother me now. I'm very busy. Would you mind mailing this letter for me? If you have time, will you call me tomorrow? Please pick up those cups and saucers. Will you do me a favor? Please count the chairs in that room. Please pour this milk into that glass. Excuse me, sir, can you give me some information? Can you tell me where Peach Street is? It's 2 blocks straight ahead. Which direction is it to the theater? Turn right at the next corner. How far is it to the university? It's a long way from here. The school is just around the corner. The restaurant is across the street from the hotel. You can't miss it. Do you happen to know Mr. Cooper's telephone number? Could you tell me where the nearest telephone is? Should I go this way or that way? Go that way for 2 blocks, then turn left. I beg your pardon, is this seat taken?